What you're about to see, folks, is Adam from Ads Ventures, just about to go to the All-Terrain Warriors factory, basically at the Noosa Hotel, and we're going to get up to the factory at Yandina, and you're going to have a little bit of a walk through the factory. Thank you very much to the guys for that. You'll see a good first-hand what's in there, and then you're going to see just a little bit of the handover from Stuart to myself, and then just a little bit of a first drive in a state. And in the future there'll be a lot more videos about the full build, which will come to you. So it just gives you a good insight if you're thinking about it and looking at buying one of these particular upgraded vehicles from All-Terrain Warriors. What I can say is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant in every aspect of the whole build from start to finish. And thank you very much, Stuart, for allowing us to come into the factory like this.
I'm waiting in the foyer of the hotel. To say I'm a bit excited is an understatement. So just waiting on Chris to come and pick me up in the ute to take me out to the workshop to collect the new part of our Ads Ventures. And you don't mind being in it, Stuart?
No.
You've had a million of these. Not. You've had a million of that. All right.
So yeah, basically, obviously, different trucks, few different trade concepts.
Yep.
All right. So this one here has got a spare wheel carrier at the back there.
Okay.
It's getting a tinny loader on the top of it. That's why there's a bit of a recess area as well. This one here is a bit about.
Now I'm under strict instructions to not reveal to social media this next piece you're about to see. And I certainly did abide by that, Stuart. So here it is, released to the public post the activities being built for these particular people. I have to respect that.
Here's a bit about like a dirt bike sort of special.
Oh really? A dirt bike? Ah, this is it. I should have come here 2 years ago.
So we've got an open area at the back here.
Yeah.
Nice to go in here, a couple of jerry can holders, lockable storage on both sides. Full house 12 volt system, so all the electrics will be all set up in here, and there'll be a bulkhead and a couple of different adjustable shelves. So kind of one thing we like to do with our canopies is adjustable shelves.
Yeah, I like
run
it
off
on
this Unistrut aluminium extrusion. But yeah, this is going to a family. They're very excited. They're waiting for their caravan to be finished, and they're hitting the road full time as well. So they are coming up from Melbourne this Thursday. So this is going to be done by this Thursday.
It won't go on there.
This is pretty much almost an Adam spec build. So pretty much what you've got is on the truck itself.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, and they've got a couple of fold-out awnings that are mounted up the top there as well on both sides of the truck. Now whether you're pulling up to have a little bit of a bite to eat on the side of the road, you're not standing out the peak and sun. This one here is going to be a motorhome.
Oh, okay.
The pull through in the back there. And this is from one of our clients. We do, probably about 4 or 5 builds every year for them. So we'll do the truck cab chassis part of it, and then he obviously does the motorhome assembly himself. No, he's a Queensland guy. He only builds a certain amount every year. He has a small clientele, but that's really good job. So, that one's going to set up. It's a little Fuso there.
Yeah, that looks alright, eh?
So it works well in a certain environment. Now here's this little brother out of the 3, okay, and where we find it comes into its own is when it's left really, really long. Alright, this is probably not the best truck for towing sizable things like caravans or big boats or anything. It's mainly just because that 3-litre motor.
Yeah.
But this truck in the most rugged terrain probably will outperform the other 2 brands.
Really?
Only because of the chassis design.
Yep. Right.
It's a bit of a narrower gauge. It's also close to the other. Yeah. So it flexes considerably well compared to the Isuzu or the Rhino. But obviously, our parabolic suspension system there, the 200-litre fuel tank there. So yeah, for the really rough stuff on a truck on its own, this is a really good platform to do it on. Whereas the Isuzu it's the big brother out of the 3. It's a good all-rounder. It's probably as capable of all drive in the way it's built out of the box, pretty close to the Fuso. But you can carry a lot more gear, obviously, and a lot more comfort in the Isuzu. So that's why they're more popular.
Dakar truck.
Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? Yep, so it can only go in one way into the receiver there, and then to pull that back out when we're finished, we press that down and pull it out. It's got a nice little O-ring in there that seals it, okay?
Cool.
So obviously trying to keep that covered, and especially if you've gone up the beach or near the saltwater environment, just spray a little bit of water dispersant or like tyre shine or some silicone-based material in there, stop the pins from corroding. This is the important part. Before any of our winches work, that we use an isolator. So when
we're on the left of the truck.
We're on the left of the truck.
Left of the
See
truck.
the L's there.
L's on the bolts.
So we're just popped the new rim and tyre on.
Yep.
Obviously these wouldn't be in place. We just got the studs hanging out. We use these locator nuts. So they're a tapered locator nut.
Right.
So we space them out evenly. There's 3 in the kit. And then we just tighten them up. And what this does is it centers this rim correctly and where it needs to sit on this hub.
On the hub.
Okay, so it'll bring it down as we put tension on it. And you don't need to tighten these up a great deal. You just need to nip them up so there's a little bit of pressure and it centers it in the correct spot. And then we just apply our normal nuts.
Yep.
Put a bit of pressure on those, tighten those up, and then take
Now, see it there with its standard bump stops. Look at those tiny little shocks.
If there's any issues with the power getting provided to the caravan or a trailer, always come back here for your first.
As in, the caravan lights don't work, the blinkers on the van don't work because it all has to start.
This is more so for powering the brakes or any. So more so those 50 amp Anderson plug connectors. The trailer lights and stuff, I'll show you where they get controlled from there. There's a different component, but they're very, very straightforward. But this is like, let's just say you charge it, like you got this set up now that you can pull power from the truck to charge up your system in the caravan.
The electric, lithium, or your batteries.
So one of those connectors,
a truck to,
your DC to DC charger.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's right, yes.
That's why there's 2 of them here. This particular one is just the feed in from the start batteries. And again, to protect all the cable works, we need to fuse it.
Yep.
Okay, that one, and they're all amperage rated.
Okay.
Very easy to get these fuses. These ones relate to the 2 Anderson plugs at the back. So 12 volt grey Anderson, red Anderson, and there's a spare 12 volt outlet. So if you do decide to put a battery system in a charger, you can power that charger either directly off these batteries through a separate fuse, or you can pull 12 volt from there. Or even a simple set of lights on the doors. That's a 12 volt spare supply there as well. Okay, this is a Red Arc 60 amp reducer. As long as this all equates to 60 amp, no more than that, then that's how this works. And that's 60 amps is considerably sizable. This is the adjustments to what they call the Hill Start Assist, where this particular system comes into play. All right, so to activate the system, you would push this button, an icon comes on in the dash, and then you can adjust how the vehicle leaves from start to finish, faster or slower through this button here. Right? And then you just simply reset the system by activating.
Is that almost like a throttle control?
Pretty much. Yeah. So basic hazard lights across here, SIG socket. Now this is a 24 volt.
Oh, okay.
So if you are running a charger for your phone, make sure you've got a 24 volt compatible one. Fuses are in here, so that cover just comes off. You'll see all the fusing there. And carrying on with the rest of the buttons is heated mirrors.
Yep.
Okay, so those cooler mats down there, you put them on. Cruise control, this gets a little bit technical. It's cruise control.
Yeah. I've had one in my truck over there, and I'm like, doing it one day, easy. Next day, you couldn't get the thing to work, and it's all the way that it goes on.
It's exactly
quite
the same with
annoying.
this truck.
It's very annoying.
It's all to do with the exhaust brake.
That's right. If your exhaust brake's on, you can't have.
That's right.
Okay.
Because as soon as we decelerate, the exhaust brake system comes into play, and then it throws up a fault with the cruise control.
Number one, don't have your exhaust brake on if you're using
cruise control. If you're on the highway and you want cruise control, like you will when you're driving to Coffs.
Yes.
You won't want exhaust brake on anymore.
No.
Exhaust brake on's great around here, built up traffic, that sort of thing, but on the highway you won't need it anymore.
Alright, sweet.
So, when we look at the icons up the top here, this is your exhaust brake. So up is off, obviously down the bottom here is on, and the icon will be on the dash.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So for cruise control to work is exhaust brake off, button comes on, this particular icon will light up on the dash on this side.
Yes, okay,
right,
and then there.
We got their set is over here.
Yep.
You simply roll that, alright, and then there's your speed control and cancellation is either on there or dab the brake.
Right, and just turn it off. Yep.
But there will be 2 icons when cruise control is on. There'll be 2 of these on the dash to tell you that it's activated.
Okay.
There's one of these things where you're going to have a bit of a play around.
Yeah.
So I can tell you now, time to time, I've tried to show someone, hang on a minute, it's not working. What am I doing?
What am I doing wrong? Yeah.
One other thing to mention as well is, see down the bottom there's a dial, that's your hand throttle controller.
Hand throttle, yep.
If that is on slightly, ever so slightly, this whole system won't work either.
Oh, really?
Okay, so if you've gone, I've checked everything,
audio.
why isn't this not working? Just check that throttle controller's in the off position.
Sorry, mate.
You're right.
Sorry, yeah, so if that's on slightly, it just shunts everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's all just about protection systems.
Yeah.
You don't want to put the clutch in and the rev's just peeking off its head, kind of thing.
There's the spotty, it's a spare, and there's your fuel again, and a spare and a spare.
Okay, now mirror control, left, right, choose which mirror you want to do, up, down. So it only
Well, here it is, guys, the first drive in the new vehicle. The Adventures new rig, guys. Nice big Isuzu NPS 300. And so far so good, pretty smooth, all going well. And we're heading towards Brisbane. And then we're going to head down towards Coffs Harbour. Get all the checks done, everything that needs to be done down there. And thanks to Stewie up at All Terrain Warriors, Chris, and Dynamic Engineering, Brooke, George. Canopy looks fantastic. And yeah, it's going to give this a bit of a shakedown on this first drive. We'll probably sit on about 100k an hour and just see how that goes for the fuel. And run the air conditioning on, run the air conditioning off, just see what happens. Ciao. Alright, first dump of fuel into the truck. And I put in 100 litres, so 220 bucks. First dump of fuel. Oh, that hurt. Anyway, we keep going, we're not far out of the Gold Coast now. We're going to keep going south. There she is, there's the Weybridge ticket. That's required for the blue slip, brown slip. Did this at the Coffs Harbour Waste Centre. She's weighing in at 4.6 tonne, that's with the canopy on the back and everything. So that's very good. I'm glad I didn't drop any waste, $84 a tonne, Jesus. All right, off to get the rest of the inspections done. So that is 1,000 kilometres on the Good Ride tyres. And I found they're not squealy, they're not squirmy, they're feeling pretty damn good. Barely any tread off them. Oh, I'm very happy with them, very happy. 18.1. Wow. What were you saying, mate? You finally...
I'm a part of the crew.
You're a part of the Adventures crew, mate.
Adventures.
You're on there.
Adventures.
Adventures, mate, you're on there.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Mate, you're privileged. Only 2 people that I know have driven this truck.
Me and the mechanic.
Yeah, exactly.
And it hasn't broken down yet.
Hey. It's Japanese quality, mate.
Yeah, love it.
Love it.
Look at the tinsel over here.